Today we're digging graves with a brand new Gravemark pistol in Black Ops 6 Zombies. And I'm not kidding either, today we're going all the way to round 50 in Citadelle Des Morts with a single Gravemark 357. And at the very end we're going to crunch some numbers, put this weapon in my DPS spreadsheet, and find out just how strong it actually is. Right away, here's the class we're working with. I don't have too many attachments unlocked, but I do have the important one, the CHF barrel. And we just have to show off this amazing weapon in spec. It's one of my favorites in the game, and I have to say, I'm really excited to use this weapon, and not just because this is doing some insane damage already unpack-a-punched, but also because it's our first revolver in Black Ops 6. And probably only revolver in Black Ops 6, let's be honest. And I don't know exactly what it is about the design, the lighting, the engine, whatever, but the metal looks really well made here. Like the revolver, like I've used some revolvers in real life, and I don't know, it just looks really good. It feels like I know what it feels like in my hand, you know? Animation is solid, feels really weighty. I know that the akimbo version is gonna probably be the better version, of course, but today we are testing out the damage numbers and the rate of fire for our DPS spreadsheet, so that's why we're going with the single Gravemark here. Now, like many of you, I have also seen a lot of videos about the Gravemark and how good it is, but I am really interested in seeing how it stacks up DPS wise, because I think it could be really good. I know it's probably not going to be like the best because the rate of fire is a little bit slower than you would want, and the high damage weapons ironically seem to usually suffer in the DPS calculation, at least the way we calculate it on the spreadsheet, because we're not taking into consideration any of the collateral damage that we're doing to these hordes of zombies. But as you can see, we're clearly shooting more than one zombie at a time, so that is going to help our damage per second to the overall horde. Just something to keep in mind. But I think it's time to turn off the rampage inducer and start opening up the map. Yes, we are indeed playing Citadel here, but we are not going to be doing the Easter egg. Instead, I just want to use this gun for as long as we can, or at least until it starts to fall off. Plus, Citadel, as I've mentioned before, Citadel is a map where I don't usually just casually play for high rounds like I do in Liberty Falls, or Terminus, or Shattered Vale, or the Tomb. So I want to do it a little bit more on Citadel, see if we can't find some fun training strategies, especially with super sprinters. And I'm also really interested to see how this thing is going to handle our very first Doppelgast, because I have some pretty high hopes. So let's go on in here, break the locks open, let's reload once, and then let's have at the Doppelgast. Okay, that's actually a lot worse than I thought it was gonna be. In terms of the rate of fire, it's, like I said, it's not super fast. That's about as fast as you can get it, but it doesn't feel terrible. Definitely not as slow as other guns, or janky as other guns feel sometimes. We've just got a lot of parasites. Let's get you done and out of here. Parasite, thank you. And there's Pack-a-Punch open. The reload is pretty decent, at least here with the single version. It seems as though the animation plays for a couple rounds, so you might think it's one at a time, but he only does it twice, or your operator only does it twice, so it's just kind of a generic animation, but it's got a decent reload speed. Definitely gonna need speed cola though. We've got this nice group of zombies in here. We might try training in here, and there's Pack-a-Punch. Let's see what we got. Very good. Love that animation. Sick Pack-a-Punch camo, and let's see how much damage we're doing. Yep, that's quite a bit. 1800 damage. That's gonna be crazy. And of course, end around double points as always. Now, just to put this into perspective, this 1800, I guess it's got to be a little bit closer. This 1800 damage is going to one shot until round 20. That is madness. That's crazy damage. We only have 12 rounds, and I don't think there's any way to increase that. Usually there isn't with these revolver weapons. We're only dealing like 300 or 200 body shot damage, so that is a crazy multiplier. Can't wait to get double tap on this and speed cola, and we haven't even increased the rarity yet. I will talk to Craft here just to start some incantations, because even though we're not doing the Easter egg, I will probably pick up at least the lightning incantation incantation just to deal with those amalgams. We'll get ourselves Jug, of course, and then I'm gonna just make my way straight to Speed Cola because I think this is gonna be one of the most important perks for this gun. And from what I've seen from everybody, when you add the akimbo attachment, the reload doesn't actually reload everything, which is a problem. So hopefully that gets fixed soon, because that would really allow us to be able to unlock the full potential of these things, or this thing, because man, this feels really good. Oh, and we should get Deadshot too. I mean, like I said, our headshot damage is already really crazy. We haven't upgraded the rarity just yet, so we don't really need any more damage, but I mean, why not, right? Why not add more damage? And there is our SAM trial done. Elemental pop. Dang it, was hoping for like double tap or something. Oh, I guess I should say in terms of hip fire, we are running the steady aim laser, and this is the hip fire we have with the steady aim laser. Now I have the Deadshot augment that further reduces this, so just keep an eye on those crosshairs. Look at how small they get with Deadshot, dude. That is gonna be crazy. And that increases our damage all the way up to 2200. Again, we haven't upgraded our rarity yet. So let's actually do that just now. Let's get all the way up to blue and see what we got. Yep, 4400. Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of damage. Running low on ammo, so I think the next clear purchase is gonna be Vulture Aid. I would normally save up for a double pack a punch, but clearly we are not in need of that at all. And we have our first stamp. Lovely. Now for our sword, what sword are we thinking today? Well, you know, we need the lightning sword for the lightning incantation, so we might as well do that. But first, we'll get Vulture Aid, get some more points and ammo on our way. And now that we're at the end of the round, let's go ahead and pick up the lightning sword. There's our armored guy. And I wish I had enough points for melee macchiato, but I don't. But I think we'll be all right, at least to upgrade this. Let's throw in these lightning rods. Did I miss one? Oh, I forgot the Deadshot one. How could I forget the Deadshot one? It's the easiest one. Donuts, come on. There you are. There we go. There's one. Oh, an elemental pop. We love ya. The trick is, can I kill all of these guys? Oh, there's number two. There's number two. Can I kill all of these without killing that one zombie? I don't think I'm going to. Nope. Oh, man. Oh, and there we go. There's our third one. There's our third one. Nice. We got it. And the lightning sword. Oh, yeah. And we're right here. We can go upgrade this thing. Not upgrade this thing. We can go get our incantation just by going through the cannon. Out we go. Struck by lightning. Right where we want to be. Where is it gonna be? Oh, is it over there? Is it over there? I think it's over here. But I did see a SAM trial over there that I definitely want to do. Death from below. Okay, I think we can do this. Let's start this incantation at the same time. Does this count as death from below? Like if we lead them all up here, and then if I do this, I don't, well, it might count a couple. I don't think that's the way to go though. Well, maybe we got a little bit of stuff. There's our lightning incantation done. That's pretty good. I should probably just go on top of this hill and then run down though. Have I mentioned how much I love SAM trials? We know the next map takes place in the Dark Ether, but I really hope that there is some sort of Dark Ether trials or something, because man, from a gameplay perspective, it's so fun. And it's a great way to reward players too. Here's a gameplay challenge. Hey, look at that. We just got an epic tool, which saves us a little bit of salvage. You get some bonus points, you get some bonus salvage, get some free perks, maybe some free ammo mods. I love the reward system. I think it's 10 times better than Cold Wars. It's such a small thing, but it's something that's so second nature. Oh my goodness, I need to get tier 2 armor. Thank you very much. Oh boy. It's a small thing that makes a big difference. That's what I'm saying here. So let's see. Well, we got 6,000 damage. That one shot's the doppelcast. That's nuts, man. Wow. Okay. All right. I don't think it's killing armored zombies in one headshot, unfortunately, but it feels really, really good. Now what we're doing, 66,000 damage. So this is a one shot through round 22. 7. Pack-a-Punch 1, purple rarity, one shot through round 27. That's just unreal. And we got a hip fire Sam trial. Don't mind if I do. See, this is what you get. I know, especially back in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, there was a good criticism of those games that said, hey, if you're not doing the Easter egg, then there's really nothing for you, you know? Basic survival or basic gameplay isn't really there. And between you and me, during the entire Black Ops 4 lifecycle, I never did an Easter egg. So that criticism never really made sense to me. And I don't know if people feel the same way about Black Ops 6, but the general survival is so fun. I know it's not flashy for like a YouTube video, like, oh my goodness, we're putting this new gun up against all these bosses and everything, which, you know, I mean, I like doing that too. I'm curious about it too, but every once in a while, sometimes I'm just like, dude, how far can I get with it? You know, classic, regular round-based zombies. How long can I survive? And I'm really excited to see just how crazy this gets. Ooh, another free perk that I can't take. I've been having that bug where I can't pick up things out of the, of course, end around double points. I can't pick up things out of the chest, so I have to put it down on the ground first. It's giving us elemental pop, stamina up. I would much rather have double tap or PhD. Now I do want to talk about a little bit of COD news, at least as of yesterday. I don't know if they're going to do anything today for zombies, but I know that yesterday they revealed, well, they showed us an image of the special enemies from the brand new map in Black Ops 7. We have a bear, which I mistakenly took as a hellhound because, I don't know, it kind of looked like a hellhound to me, just at a glance. I just kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye. I got really excited. I was like, ooh, okay, hellhounds are back. But then we also saw a little bit of a what looked like to be like a monkey thing. Now I'm just assuming that's the same thing that's in the artwork that we got earlier in the week with the intro cutscene, and they're just like their in-game models just look a little different, so I'm assuming those are the little, like, whatever things we're calling them, denizens or whatever. Oh, Amalgam. Hello, Amalgam. Let's do this real quick here just to see how good you are. Okay, 1, 2, 3 crits, 4 crits, and the Amalgam is done. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. And now we got Pack-a-Punch 2. We're dealing over 10,000 damage. That's insane. We're one-shotting armored zombies. Let's see if we can't get a clean shot. 13,300 damage on Pack-a-Punch 2. That's at least going to be, I think, 26,000 with Pack-a-Punch Tier 3, because usually Pack-a-Punch doubles the damage. So if it's 13, it'll be like 26. Legendary is usually like a 50% bonus. So if it's 26, that would be another 13, which would be 39,000 damage. Seems like a lot higher than what I've been seeing from other people's gameplay, but hey, we'll see if that CHF barrel is crazy or not. Now that I think about it, I don't think the CHF barrel actually increases the headshot damage. I think if I'm remembering right, it only increases the neck damage. That might be wrong. That might be wrong. I don't know. But what I am gonna do, since we're not doing the Easter egg, I'm gonna get this Raven out here and we're just gonna follow it around for 3 minutes. But yeah, we saw the special enemies, not hellhounds. That was definitely the bear. We also saw a little tease of the map. Obviously that's like a diner type section in one of the images. And then it looks like just another generic like farmhouse area, probably just a different perspective of all the farm stuff we've been seeing before. But then we also got Treyarch momentarily changing their profile picture to a brand new perk. And I'll be honest, I am very surprised, very shocked, because I thought for sure the next new perk would be like Mule Kick or Tombstone or something like that. I never thought they were gonna just outright make a brand new perk. But from what it looks unlike anything we've ever seen before. And from what I see online, I don't think anybody knows what it's called or what it does. It's a very nondescript perk. So I'm excited to see what that officially is. A new perk with new augments just gets me excited. I need to make another spreadsheet video soon. And I think to end the day yesterday, they revealed the voice cast for our new Tempest crew, or old OG crew, whatever you want to call them. And as it turns out, everybody is reprising their role except for Tom Kane as Takio. Now, if you don't know, Tom Kane suffered a stroke. He's got further health issues from that, and he retired from voice acting, which is an incredibly sad situation. Tom Kane has voiced probably so many characters, more than Takio that you might not even know about. I think most famously, he's Yoda and the narrator and one of the lieutenants or generals in Clone Wars and Star Wars Clone Wars. But either way, we all love Tom Kane, and Treyarch put out a really nice post about him, and the new voice actor Nelson Lee is also in Star Wars. He's in the Ahsoka series. He was one of the old Imperial, I guess, senators or something, government official somewhere in there, and he's done some voice work elsewhere, I think in some other video game or TV show or something. So he also put out a really nice message about Tom Kane, and he knows how big of a legacy he left here with Takio in the original 4. So I know some people might have an issue with it, but I think this is the best case scenario. You recognize the legacy, the show must go on, much like with other animated characters. Like I think I've seen some people bring up Batman has been recast a whole bunch, the Joker, obviously those long running series, and I think those are healthy. You know, I don't think that's disrespectful. I don't think it's well, I guess disrespectful. It's not like, you know, hey, we're just gonna recast you and fire you for no reason and just not tell you why sort of thing. So I'm excited, especially because the other voice actors are returning. Steve Bloom and Fred, I always forget Fred's name, and of course Nolan North as Rick Toffin, always a treat. But I've been following this bird for a long time. I don't know why he's not dropping a perk can right about now. It's been such a long time. Oh, there we go, awesome. Okay, now we can shoot him down as this free perk comes into play. It's not a free perk that I do often because of how long it takes. PhD, let's go. Definitely one of the 2 that I wanted, but now I want to go do the Sam trial. Maybe we'll get double tap this time around. Melee kill, oh boy. We do have enough to get this legendary, but I am gonna, oh yes, I have my sword out. Easy Sam trial ever. I think I heard the max ammo over there, but that's okay. We've got Hellstorm missile. That is worthless to me. And I don't know where the max ammo went. Oh, but I heard an amalgam. Oh, there it is. Nice. Where are you at, amalgam? Where are you at? I would love to have a piece of ya. There you are. Let's shock charge you, and then we'll see. Look at that. It's dealing 17,000 damage. That is nuts. That's gonna be really, really good. And I 100% want to put on Deadwire so that way we pop all of the zombies' helmets off, so that way we can really take advantage of all of this critical damage. Look at that. And you know what? I'm gonna get Deadwire now. Ooh, and a chopper gunner. How lucky. Now I want to show you guys some training spots that I like. Oh, did I hear a doppelgast? Goodbye. So the first training spot is gonna be down here. It's in the jug room. This can get a little crazy sketchy, especially once super sprinters start coming, but overall I'm really happy with it because we've got a couple natural funnels with these archways here, pathways. You gather up all of the zombies out here, go in a nice little clockwise direction. They're all kind of skewed about there, and then they can kind of just get bunched up just like that, and then you take them all out. And then if you still have some left over, if you feel confident you're not going to run into any over there, you can kind of do the same over here. High rounds, I wouldn't really try that, but at the end of the round, low round 20, pretty easy. That might have the best opportunity as a high round strategy once super sprinters start coming in, at least more so than our next spot, which is gonna be, once we pack a punch this, it's actually gonna be right in here. This is a very similar philosophy, but a little bit more close quartered. But let's see, Doppelgast, you're gone. Hey, now let's see how much damage we're doing, right? Let's go see, 35,000 damage. That's legitimately impressive. Oh, and actually I will take a hand cannon. So 35,500 damage. That, dude, this is going to one-shot unarmored zombies until round 42. No, I'm sorry, until round 47. Round 47. And man, if we have a Kimbo and the hip fire is this small, dude, once again, that rate of fire I think is gonna kill the DPS number, but you've got to remember, we're dealing damage to the entire horde of zombies through those collateral hits, just like so. And we don't even have double tap yet with double time, or I guess just the regular increase in rate of fire. I don't have double time since I'm doing the weapon testing, but this is gonna be fun. Oh, hello, Amalgam. I have now reached my full strength. Well, I guess, no, I do. Well, I guess I don't have Vulnerable Being yet, but this is what this gun does. Look at that. It 3-shot the amalgam on round 24. Granted, that's with the elemental damage, and we're no longer one-shotting Doppelgast from that range right there, whatever that was. But boy, it feels fun. And something I think, if I know we're talking about my DPS spreadsheet, and I'll hopefully show you what this is on the DPS spreadsheet, but I hope people recognize that if you're doing an Easter egg run and you're going to the boss fight on round, like, you know, anything before 30 or 35, I guess, most guns are going to be pretty good. Like, the difference between the top 5% and the top 25% or 50% of guns, you're not going to be able to feel that much until you start hitting the late 30s. I guess if the gun is really bad, then yeah. Oh yeah, we can go to the Wonder Fizz now. I guess if a gun's really bad, like 70,000 DPS or something, and that's just like what it is, like no penetration power or anything, then yeah, I guess that can be that could be a little bit more noticeable. I forgot to unlock my incantation, so we don't need to deal with amalgams anymore. But in all honesty, I would hate if that DPS spreadsheet caused people to like straight up not use weapons because a certain number wasn't big enough, which I definitely know is the case, but I just feel better saying out loud and making sure people know that that's what I believe. Now, we don't have double impact or anything on double tap. We do have double standard, which is going to help with the missed shots, the body shots. So that's 8,000. That's not great. That's not going to be a one shot at round 30, but it can help quite a bit for those collateral kills, just getting that damage up a little bit more. What we do have on double tap is the augment that gives you back more ammo for double kills. And I think that is gonna be such a fun one, especially once we have akimbo weapons, although I do think akimbo weapons are a little bit bugged with that. Like, it only gives ammo back to like the right gun instead of both guns or something. I don't know, that's just kind of my vague remembrance of a comment that I read however many months ago. Let's get a double points. Let's slide on out of here. I definitely want tier 3 armor. We got an early double points, so this is gonna be really good. Dude, this gun, oh, the rate of fire with just base double tap is so much better. So now let's see. Let's get them all up. We have 10 rounds here. Let's see if we can't get more. Look at that. We haven't reloaded. We're at 12. We're at full. Look at that, dude. This is totally the way to go. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. And now we have tier 3 armor. That was a really good double points. And you see what I mean? Like, this is where we'd be going to the boss fight. And yes, I absolutely would love to test out every single weapon against every single boss. But I also think it's really good to just kind of play with the gun and see how effective it is. Now, I also know I just opened this door, so as we go back to this strategy, I gotta be careful when I'm coming back in here now. Oh, another amalgam. Hello. You know what? Let's do Mr. Peaks over here. Take our amalgam over here. There you go. 53,000 damage with that elemental damage. That is great. But I will say it's around 27. Not a lot of stuff that we can definitively say right now, because as we saw in my high round video, most guns are gonna be really good, at least through round 30-35. But if you just want to run the solo weapon, the solo Gravemark, that double tap augment that gets you ammo back is really good. But now I want to do something that I don't normally do, at least on Citadel. I know I said we're going to try training strategies, and that is true. We're going to turn back on the Rampage Inducer for a couple reasons. One, I want to get to a high round faster. And second of all, I want to test out this training spot. I've worked this a little bit in the past. I think I did this for my Olympia video. I don't think this is going to be great for headshots, so the camo grind might suffer. Running a loop around this whatever median type thing this is could be good, but I really just want to get to round 40 as fast as possible. So what I think I am going to do is I'm going to turn on this trap, throw down a little thing right there, sit on top of here, and this is a site you guys don't really see all that much. I don't really take advantage of this oil trap strategy, mainly because it counts for headshots, which is, you know, it's great. It's great for camo grinding, right? But to me, it does feel a little cheaty. Like, obviously, you're playing solo zombies. Who cares about a camo grind, right? But just not my style. Not satisfying to me. And then once that's done, even with the Rampage Inducer, you can come back on over here, throw a little thing down there, The oil trap does it just as well. What's really nice is this helps with your melee kills. So the few melees I've gotten Nebula unlocked on, this is definitely what I did for a bunch of the special and elite kills. Not all of them, but it helps you not go insane because you have to use a melee weapon in this game. And as you can see, there's some critical kills that we just got rewarded for, even though we're just getting trap kills. But as you, oh, it's cooling down. That's not good. I guess the rampage inducer is a little too fast, but I just heard it cool down, so we should be good to go back there. Oh, we even have an amalgam. That's great. Let's do this. Hop back on here. Beautiful. Amalgam insta-kill. So yeah, I'm probably going to do this until, well, I guess round 40. And what's really fun, I know this is kind of random, what I love about the swords is that if you get it during a vermin round or parasite round, I just love this lightning sword. Like, check that out. Oh, it's so good. And I like doing it during a vermin round because you're going to get a max ammo at the end, which is going to immediately recharge your sword anyway. So lightning sword might not be the best, but it's growing on me. And we're already at round 39. So we've got one more thing to do here. Now, if we pause the game here, you could see they added in a last used camo tracker, which is great. It's still glitched for me that the LC10 or one of my multiplayer guns is pinned permanently for zombies. So hopefully there's a fix for that sometime in the future, but you can see we already have 1,400 headshots with the Gravemark, and yeah, there's no doubt why people love this camo grinding strategy, because it's really not really a camo grinding strategy. See, I prefer using the guns. I love using the guns more than just getting the camos, you know? Unless it's the melees, those melees, man. Whew, no thank you. And I think, yep, there it is. There, it's round 40. So we can head on down and turn off this rampage inducer. I'm gonna throw down a Mr. Peaks to distract everybody while I turn this off. And of course, I think we're all familiar with the spawn room as a training strategy. I think it's a very good one, but I also think it's a little awkward sometimes. You know, with this middle thing here, a little elevated, it makes kind of headshotting zombies a little bit more awkward. You got the parasites shooting at you, not on level ground, and it's really open, which I know is a weird criticism of a training spot. Don't you want them to be open? And I mentioned this in the past, but with super sprinters and with just simply how many zombies that they throw your way in Black Ops 6, instead of looking for an area that's really open, you're actually looking for an area where the zombies are limited, like have a limited path of finding you. And for the most part, there are a lot. Yay, look, critical kills. Yay, those are all legit. For the most part, there are a lot of open areas of the map, like this one, for example. It's just, how well can you funnel zombies in that section of the map? Ooh, look at this. Is there a fresh zombie without any damage? Let's see. Yep, headshot. One shot kill still on round 40. That is wonderful. So I think this one is going to be pretty decent. Let's go check the Juggernog room. I feel like this one might be the most consistent for me. This mostly resembles the tomb in terms of that one speed cola space. Oh boy, doppelgas everywhere. I switched out my hand cannon for a mutant injection. I think that was a mistake because I just want to take out the doppelgas, but a little tough to do that. Oh, but maybe we could do that. Very good. Does that kill the doppelgas? Actually, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Maybe now. There we go. But there goes our electric incantation. In terms of the pistol, it's dealing a decent amount of damage. The hard thing about this now, especially with the doppelgast and the boss zombies, is going to be ammo. It does a decent amount of damage, but you've got to be accurate, which is really hard to do on high rounds with super sprinters running at you and just the chaos of 40 zombies approaching you. But with how accurate this hip fire is, oh my goodness, if I could actually aim at the target, there we go. I think with the hip fire and it being a pistol, I think this one's gonna be, it's gonna feel very good. In fact, I kind of want to see this double tap thing here once they're all like, so let's see how many we can kill. Look at that, look at us go. Make sure we're lining up those headshots. Nice. That certainly felt like a whole lot more. Ooh, death machine. Pull up more than 12 bullets there. So really great. Let's do that. Take him out. Beautiful. Not bad. I don't think it's great. It's decent because it's got the crafting table right here. So if you're running low on armor plates, you can just craft those up there. But I'm going to switch to a hand cannon. We're going to take out this parasite and we're going to go down to the pack-a-punch room to see what that's like. I've tried to make this room work because it feels like you've got a couple orbs here to work with, but in my experience, that's just not consistent enough. But let's see how super sprinters do with this. Maybe we need to cut back earlier. Oh, there's an amalgam. Let's put down Mr. Peaks there and see how good this thing is doing against an amalgam at this range or at this round. Look at that. One magazine or one cylinder's worth of ammo and it's gone. But this is very close quartered, man. It's so close quartered. And there's something, and I know this is, oh boy, incantation over here, incantation over there. No, this is not the way to be. This is not the way to be. It's too close quartered. Ooh, there's one of these things. Okay, we could do that. And you know what? I'm gonna, self-revive, nice. I know there's a ton of talk about, modern mechanics versus this versus that. And believe me, this is not gonna work against that guy. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're good. I forgot melee macchiato. That's okay. We'll get that next round. But there's lots to talk about: armor, point systems, all of this stuff. And believe me, I have tons of thoughts on all of these systems. But in situations like this, I just want to point out one of the problems that I personally have with armor is that when you lose armor, it's permanent, which is important because in most other games that I can think of, when your health or your armor or when there's some sort of punishment for taking damage that's permanent, usually that game has a way to avoid damage 90% of the time. I think a good example of this would be the Doom franchise, the modern Doom franchise, at least Doom Eternal and Doom the Dark Ages. Yes, it has a static health bar and static armor, but they give you so many movement options and so many ways, and a straight up shield in the newest game, Doom the Dark Ages. So if you are going to take damage, you have ways to avoiding the permanent damage of your health and armor. Even in Mario, like the Mario mushroom and the fire flower and all that stuff, there's really not an enemy that forces you to take damage that will force you to lose those, right? But in Call of Duty, the reason Call of Duty and Halo went to regeneration with their armor is because they wanted the player to take a lot of damage over time, which meant that they thought it was unfair to permanently punish the player for taking damage, which they knew the player was going to over and over and over again super frequently. And to me, that's kind of a conflict of high rounds because I don't mind being hit all the time. It's definitely not like classic zombies, but I think it would be fine so long as we had like a really big health bar. But the fact that armor is permanent and we need to constantly find it as a resource is a little bit frustrating at times. Now, in theory, because armor is so abundant, it's not that big of a deal, which is true. I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially for the first 30-40 rounds, especially for the first 40 rounds, I guess. But it's really the round 50 plus, that last, well, I shouldn't say last, it's that last damage scaling increase that just really makes it feel like training and armor and taking hits is just unavoidable. And it puts you in this really frustrating situation. And to be honest, I know a lot of people don't like damage scaling, but I also gotta say, like, it's kind of our own fault for being like, oh my goodness, we want the game to be harder, we want high rounds to be harder. They said, okay, we're gonna make high rounds harder through damage scaling and all of these zombies and faster zombies and more bosses and like basically every way they know how. And now we're like, oh, all of this difficulty's artificial, like, oh, this isn't fun. So I think at least the mindset that I'm in right now, I really don't care about the difficulty of high rounds anymore. I just want them to be fun. And like, they're really close to being fun in Black Ops 6. Like, I have a video coming out very soon going over a brand new high round strategy on Liberty Falls, and no, it's not the camping one with the jet gun. It's something where you can train and be successful, but eventually, no matter the strategy, with damage scaling how harsh it is in the high rounds, it kind of just makes it not fun and not satisfying, and it pushes everyone to camp. And camping's not, I don't mind camping, I just also really like training. But here we are, round 45, and we're still one-shotting unarmored zombies with this thing, dude. Like, they give you so many tools to survive. I love it. Just, I feel like I put on a cowboy hat and give me some cowboy boots with this gun, man. Feel like whatever the guy's name is at the intro of Ashes of the Dam, the little Shadowsmith guy. There's just something about a good revolver in zombies. You can't go wrong with it. And I gotta say, if you're training in the spawn room, I might encourage you to come over here because this feels so much more fair. I don't know if it's faster or slower, but it feels a lot more controlled. This feels really good to train over here. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. Round 46. I think I'm gonna try to get to 50 because this should be the final round that this thing one-shots. So let's see, unarmored zombie. Oh, that's so good. Round 46. Round 46, we're one-shotting zombies. And yes, I guess I should have mentioned earlier, if you have these akimbo and both weapons land critical shots on a zombie, then technically these are an infinite one-shot akimbo if both shots land. Now, I don't know how practical that's gonna be, depending on the, oh dude, that's so good. Depending on how the hip fire is with akimbo. Oh no, amalgam, boop. I guess you guys might wanna see how this does against like doppelgasts and amalgams on these high rounds, huh? Let's see if I can't get some separation for this doppelgast to push through here. Actually, you know what? We have Mr. Peak, so let's do this. I know that's probably gonna, yeah, disregard. Mr. Peaks needs to distract way longer here. Oh, oh, I did it again. I'm sorry. It's just a habit. It's just a habit. It's just so hard to get like a doppelgast isolated, you know? Come on, wide turn. Let's go. There you go. Still not bad at all. If it had more ammo, I would feel a lot more comfortable with it. But I've found that even if you're training, you want like kill streaks and equipment and other things to deal with those doppelgasts here, like a little hand cannon. And I do want to apologize if I, you know, in that high round little rant there that I just went on, or difficulty rant, if I came off as dismissive or anything. I know a lot of people want zombies to be difficult, but in all of the philosophical discussions that I've had and questions I've asked you beautiful people over the course of the last couple years, high rounds are just notoriously difficult to balance, to make difficult, I guess. How do you make something difficult without being unfair? Because if something is fair, then it usually means it's not that difficult, at least in terms of zombies. Because zombies being a PvE mode, if there's a very consistent counter to something like the hand cannon with the doppelgast, and then the incantations with the amalgams, and then, you know, dead wire and napalm burst with the regular zombies, and of course, oh yeah, it's really easy. But then you look at the opposite side, it's like, okay, what makes something difficult? Well, a whole bunch of bosses, a whole bunch of zombies that deal a whole bunch of damage and that have a whole bunch of health. So it's like, you know, it seems like a lose-lose situation if you ask me. I know a lot of people, myself included, prefer Black Ops 3 as a high round game. I think so many people think that because Black Ops 3 had a good amount of camping strategies. Those were obviously the fastest strategies, but it also introduced ammo mods to make it so that just regular training was viable basically infinitely. That's not completely accurate. Everybody could train before. It's not like training was new, but now you could just train with a regular weapon. And that to me was like one of my biggest concerns and biggest problems with zombies in the past, like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, because you'd be playing zombies, you'd be using a gun, and then all of a sudden around like 25, 30, 35, 40, your guns would literally not do any damage. I'm sorry, that is hyperbole. It's not literally doing no damage, but it would be functionally useless. Your weapons would be useless. And to me, I just hated that. I hated that you could progress in a game and then nothing else would change except for the fact like, oh, sorry, your guns just don't work. But now here in Black Ops 6, the reason I bring that up is because I kind of feel that with the super sprinters and the damage scaling, it's kind of like, hey, good job, you survived. Oh, now you can't train, you can't maneuver zombies anymore because they're just going to hit you for a ton of damage, a ton of health. Might as well just sit in a corner and camp somewhere. Which again, I like sometimes. I like a lot of those strategies. I love the beam smasher strategy on Terminus where you have to explode it. I think that's really cool. But sometimes I just want to do this for like 16 hours or something ridiculous, you know? I think this is fun too, and I think this deserves a place in the high round of zombies. But how we get there and how we do it, I don't know. I do want to thank you guys because a lot of you guys really supported my super sprinter ideas. It always makes me feel better when you guys agree with my ideas and go, Donuts, that's actually really smart. Because other times you guys are like, Donuts, what are you saying? What are you saying? You're crazy. Oh, and we have a bug round now. That is a-okay because we've got Durandal here. No problem. I just have my own bug zapper with me. And all of last round, I did completely forget to see how strong this pistol was. And I think we like this, or at least I like this area for training in the high rounds for Citadel. I like that a lot. That's a lot more comfortable than the main spawn room. But we're gonna try this area again and see if we can't do it. I might have opened that door up too much, and this might be like a turtle shell strategy that I prefer, you know? And I guess that's also why I prefer turtle shell, because they're more durable. It feels as though your plates last a little bit longer, which means you can tank more damage, which is a little bit more intelligent. But hey, you know what? This is not too bad right here. So let's see. Let's get those headshots going. Nice. Let's see if we have a brand new zombie that we can headshot right away. Boom. Oh, maybe not you. Okay, I missed. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Oh no, I don't have a hand cannon to take out this doppelgast. There's a zombie. Let's see. Oh no. Okay, so there you go. There's proof. Round 49. Really, round 47. I think this thing stops one-shotting unarmored zombies, but akimbo might really help with that. Oh, and you know what else? I think what we're dealing like 8,000 body shot damage. Is that what we said, right? Yeah, 8,000 body shot damage. So that means that if we do have a akimbo, so long as you hit both, oh my goodness, our armor is almost here. I'm gonna get this chopper gunner and get out of here. If you manage to land a headshot and a body shot, you're gonna be dealing like 43,000 damage, which if we look at my spreadsheet here, that's about round 50, and round 50 or 51, you could still one-shot zombies if you have a akimbo, at least theoretically. So yeah, even the single version of this Gravemark is really good. Oh boy, let's get those incantations on over there. I want to pick up some armor, but I don't think I can go to the crafting table just yet. So we'll go back over here. But I hope this goes to show you Citadel, a pretty difficult map. Pretty difficult for just regular old training. And I honestly think that's kind of okay, because Terminus, in my opinion, has a lot more training spots than Citadel does. I think it's a little bit easier to survive on Terminus, but much like Liberty Falls, Terminus has manglers, which makes those open areas kind of dangerous to be in. So that's an interesting trade-off there. I tell you, man, these maps are really well balanced in terms of gameplay style. I love that. And Citadel's almost kind of like the Tomb, where you have doppelgas and amalgams, but you have the hand cannon for the doppelgas, and you have the incantations for the amalgams, and then you could do dead wire or napalm burst for the regular zombies. Like, I love the variety. I love the variety. I think it's fantastic. But of course, round 51, I do believe it's time for us to get on out of here. I know we're really close to health cap, but I don't think this pistol's getting that much weaker. It's gonna be tough to ooh, that was a one shot. I think that was just because the nuke went off. It is gonna feel pretty bad now after round 50, because you're gonna need to two-shot zombies, which with how slow and how low ammo this is, that's gonna be not the easiest selling point. But oh boy, let's put you down. There you go. Let's get you going in there, get you going over there. For the first 45, 50 rounds, this thing's a little monster. So I'm really liking it. Definitely might do some Easter egg runs with it in the future if you guys want to see that. Oh, if I survive this, let's get them all geared up here. Let's get those going, get your armor off. Come on, there we go, come on. And especially with that collateral damage, that's gonna feel really good. Once you get a good grouped up together, just like so, you can get those collaterals, those double kills with the double tap augment. Yeah, this is a good gun. This is a really fun gun. Not every gun needs to be the best OP meta whatever. Sometimes you just want a really fun revolver, and that is exactly what we've got here. Although I am missing one zombie. Where's it at? Where's it at? You're over here. Where are you at? You're jumping up. Come on, 3 seconds. Oh, it's a vermin. There we go. But now I think it's time to crunch the numbers and figure out just how good on paper this Gravemark actually is. Oh, it's been a while since we've been here, but here we have the Gravemark 357, 35,544 damage. I calculated the rate of fire of 153 rounds per minute with just the one singular pistol, which gives us a DPS of 90,000. That is very respectable. Remember, you can then put on double time and rapid fire to this, and akimbo. And as we said in the gameplay, getting collateral damage to these zombies in the horde is also going to be fantastic. This gun, yes, 90,000 isn't as big as some of the other pistols, but it is very, very respectable. Easily an above average weapon. Let's go ahead and sort this by damage per second. And you can see we have akimbos, we have the wonder weapons way up here. But once we start getting into the regular weapons, albeit some need updated with the new Deadshot numbers, 90,000 DPS right down here is not that bad, especially compared to all of the weapons underneath it. So this is an above average weapon. Maybe not meta changing, but it's going to be really easy for you to use this and enjoy it. I did do a rough calculation of the DPS with the akimbo. I just added on more rounds to the same time period because, you know, that's how the rate of fire works. And I got a total of about 189,000 DPS, but with akimbo, you always have to keep in mind, you can't aim down sights, which means you're probably not going to get perfect critical shots in there. So that's just way, way, way overestimated, I guess. So don't expect that. That's not really a real number, but I think you guys are smart enough to know that. Now, in terms of our one-shot sheet, going all the way down here to the pistols, as we said, this was a one-shot all the way through round 46, and that turned out to be the case. I'm also thinking about changing all of these damages for the akimbo, at least on the one-shot sheet, to be double the single amount of damage, because if you're one-shotting both triggers, I know it's not technically one shot, it's two shots, but one pull of the trigger, you know, instant damage. And if that were true, this is what we would get for all of the pistols. And as you can see with akimbo, if you have no armored zombies, both of them land critical shots, you're going to be dealing so much damage, that's an infinite one shot. And that would be like one of the best damage numbers in the game in one shot if you counted it that way. So yeah, this gun's pretty awesome. But as you're looking at this sheet and you're wondering what are some of the other best weapons in the game, I am going to highlight the AK-74. It was already a great weapon, but it just got another buff. And you can check out just how good it is in this video. Be sure to subscribe and stay beautiful.